So this woman is coming to me, she's making 35K and she's doing sales, she's bringing millions to the company. I was blown away when she told me her salary. I was like, what? Like literally, I think I still work with her actually, 2 years, 2 years and a half. And now she's making 150K. And for her, the biggest thing was mindset. So when I first asked her to go from 35 to 50K, she was doing sales. I mean, like as you said, in sales, you see the numbers, you see what people bring on the table. It's really easy to negotiate. Probably that's one of the easiest cases to negotiate a pay rise. And for her, it was a mindset because she said my mom made like the higher salary my mom made was 35K. And most of my friends are around 35, 40K. So I feel that's already like I am in my early 30s and I'm making 35K. She was very grateful. She thought she was doing amazingly. So she wouldn't see how much she could get. So then we pushed her to 50K. From 50K, we took her to 80K. And sometimes it was just money. So no promotion, no title, just readjusting the salary. And for her, the way we positioned it, especially from 50 to, I think it was 85, the second jump she did, is we need to reevaluate my salary. So we didn't ask for a pay rise. We asked for a reevaluation because she was so underpaid, given what she was bringing and other colleagues as well. And I happened to work with other colleagues, so I knew everybody's salaries. Of course, I couldn't disclose that, but I knew how much we could push for that. And she didn't get any rejection. They said, that's fine. Because they knew.
The company's still happy to pay for the coaching.
Mm-hmm. The company, again, that's educational budget, you know?
Yeah, they're like, God damn.
35K to 150. Good investment there. Yeah, good investment there. We triggered it. How many?
But can I say something? Now, this person is the right hand of the CEO.
How long?
And she wouldn't do that if she didn't feel she was able to do that. So the money played a huge role in her confidence and how much more she would push herself. And because when you go from 35K to even 80K, you think you are good. You think like, if they pay me 80K or 85K, I must be really, really good.
Yeah.
And we started building the confidence. So the higher the salary was going, the confidence was increasing. So she would take more ownership. She was like, yes, I can do a workshop for CEOs. I'm making like 80K. I am very, very worthy. She wouldn't see anymore herself as this junior person. So that is a massive benefit for the company. Like she made them so much more money just because she got the confidence to present herself. Now she's a VP. So that's a massive gain for the company.
Ollie, who I know you know, he sat here and he said, the same skills that earned me like £15,000 a year when I was a musician now earn me millions. And I do the exact same things. It's just a reframing of like the scale of the skills and how I apply them. And I think a lot of people, you know, say we look at the investment banking industry and we think these people are on another planet. I bet there's people in other industries that do similar things every day, work just as hard, get paid 10 times less because they're just not quite in that space, or
they might not know. So this woman, if you think about her reality, was my mom made 35K. That was the maximum salary. So when she reached 35K, she thought she's made it. She couldn't even think how far she could go and how quickly she could get there. But she was doing the job already. At just like the more money she was making, she was doing it at a higher level. But she had the skills.
How many pay rises was that? From 35K, you said, to like, because you said it's only 2.5 years. So that's quite a lot of, how many times did you ask for
a lot of times, twice a year, I would say.
Twice a year?
For her, yes.
Cool.
Can most people do that? Or is that if you're really,
that's an exception.
really underpaid?
But she was really underpaid.
She was really underpaid. And when I asked her, I remember in the last one when I told her, you need to ask 150. And she said, you're crazy. I cannot ask. And I was like, just ask. I was like, how much money did you bring to the company? She was like 2.5 million.
I'm like, let me get half of that, please.
And I said, and you really think that 150K is a lot of money? If they would lose you, how much money would they lose? Because she had created all these relationships and people were actually buying her. Mm-hmm. They were even pitching her to do consulting work out. So this money, they would go to the competitor, whoever she would join. So, and I knew like the CEO, he's a smart guy, right? He knew what she was bringing on the table. So there was no chance he would risk losing her because she was so valuable. The problem is she didn't think that was doable. And yeah, she did it.
Yeah, I think as someone who was an employee and someone who now hires people, try and like ask what is my value to them in terms of how hard am I to replace my editor, right? You know, it would be a horrible task to replace him, to go and find someone to train them up, to get into. We've worked together for so long now that I can give him very simple instructions for complex tasks and he will just deliver that. That's worth so much money to me.
Exactly,
you know?
but that's why I say the right number is important. So the money I told her to ask, it was totally fair. I still think she could get 30K more.
Well, she's
and
the
I'm pushing her now.
right hand to the CEO.
Exactly.
I'm sure the CEO is earning a lot of money. So, you know,
it's a scale up. So the company is growing like crazy, and she's their main person doing all the client relationships. So I knew what I was telling her to ask was realistic. And I feel that is important. That is what's important, because if you ask something that's not realistic or you're not bringing that value in the organization, they obviously are not going to take you seriously and you're not going to get any money.
I wish I'd known all of that when I was trying to get a pay rise. If you'd like to work with Yota, we've left her details in the description for you. We also want to make it really easy for you to do some of the things that we went through today. So we've created a free newsletter laying out all of the steps, because there was a few of them. Plus, Yota's created a free workbook on how to value yourself. You can find all that linked in the description, and I really hope it helps you get what you're worth.